Good evening, Norfolk. The countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast with your host for the evening, Rupert Appleton and Charlie Wall. You have been listening to the Friday Podcast with the host with the most. From the countrysides of Norfolk, where the cows and pigs reign supreme, Charlie Wall and Rupert Appleton. Good evening, Norfolk. The countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday. You have been listening to the Friday Podcast with the host with the most. From the countrysides of Norfolk, where the cows and pigs reign supreme, Charlie.
Testing 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing 1 2.
Yeah, 2 3 2 3. Hello, can you hear me talking? Please, can you hear me talking?
Good evening, Norfolk. The countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast with your host for the evening, Rupert Appleton and Charlie Wall.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello. Sorry, welcome to the Friday Feelings Podcast. It's me, Rupert, and Charlie. How are you doing there?
Oh, mate, I'm good. I think I've burnt like 1,000 calories trying to get your attention.
Oh, well, it is the 26th of June, and it's the Friday Feelings Podcast. We started off with a bang. I was meant to be paying attention to the screen, and I was not at all. Charlie was frantically waving at me. But it's good to have you here anyway. Well. It's been a long, hot week, hasn't it, Charlie?
Oh, it's been horrible. Oh.
It's been the epitome of sticky.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I am currently sitting in my kitchen with a very distasteful tie-dye vest and shorts. Charlie, you seem to be all in black today.
Yeah, I'm all in black. I'm also researching how much of the polar ice caps have melted because of this.
Wow. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to tell us how that's gone. But yeah, we've got a few things for you. We've got some updates on our social media, two games, a new one, which I might try and make a regular thing, and some general COVID updates. Of course, that's why you're here, to know what the updates are. So we're going to start off with Charlie. Tell us how your hot week has been and how you've looked after your mental and physical health.
Going outside when it's sunny, although it's been hot, sun is very good for the mental health. So I've been going out there. The young people at our King's Inn hostel painted a lot of rocks, part of the hashtag Norfolk Rocks scheme. And I spent the day hiding them around various areas of Norfolk, so I got to see the historical castles, the Castle Acre, the beaches of Heacham, the town of Downham, and many other places. If you find one of our rocks, take a selfie and put it on the hashtag Rocks Facebook group. But other than that, just being active.
I like the pun, Norfolk Rock.
And also, between the year of 1990 and 2017, 6.4 trillion tonnes of ice have melted.
Wow, it's amazing how you know these things.
Yeah.
You're like a walking encyclopedia, mate. You should charge for the facts like that.
Yeah. I think it's trillions. Is that what TN is? Or it might just be 6.5 billions. Google it. It's the
Yeah, Google it, but make sure you check the source as well. Yeah, we don't do the fact finding, so you have to.
Yeah, if the website says globalwarming's a myth.com, ignore it.
Yeah, flat Earth theory.
Yeah.
That's the way forward. No. Please get in touch if you believe in flat Earth.
Hey, Rupert, how's your weekend been or week been?
My week has been hot and sweaty. I am burnt. I have gorged myself on a family box of ice lollies and ice cream, and I couldn't be more proud of myself. I've restarted drinking coffee, which is good.
Yeah, man.
I think. I sort of went without it for a week or two, and I just felt horrible. So I'm now trying to wean myself off coffee slowly. What else have I done? I've bought a new map so I can learn about the counties of the UK. Oh, doesn't that sound fun and riveting? I haven't done much exercise this week, so I feel really, really rubbish, actually. I feel lethargic, as they'd say. I've barely done anything. At the weekend, I went for some long walks, but that's about it. I've struggled this week with that. You know, motivation's been down, but I've managed to pull through it. We've got some exciting things happening at work. What else did I do? I got some Easter chocolate.
What?
I got some Easter chocolate.
Cool. Well done.
Yeah. So for the first time in, 3 months or so, I saw my parents. Very privileged. I'm on wonderful terms with them, which is great. And they bought me and my other half some chocolates. So we saw them, and they basically gave us an Easter egg each. Lovely. But they'd also both bought Easter egg hunt material, so lots of little eggs, cream eggs, things like that. And they said, we're not going to hide them, so just take them home. So my fridge is now stocked full of chocolate because it's just melting left, right and centre. So I'm, again, gorging myself on frozen chocolate eggs. I've never bitten into a frozen Cadbury's egg, but I can imagine one of those dentist trips are going to be accounted for. Standard chocolate egg eating contest. How many chocolate cream eggs is too many chocolate Cadbury cream eggs?
Well, that depends. Are you a type A diabetic?
No, but I feel if I eat them all, I'll be type C. Yeah. That's not even...
I don't think there is a limit. I mean, like, technically you shouldn't eat a lot because it's unhealthy, but you could eat as much as you want.
If I run a kilometre, that's one egg, surely.
No.
No?
No. How many calories is a kilometre run? What's that, 300 calories?
Probably not even that. It's like 60 or something like that.
Just having a quick look. You're looking at 30 calories per kilometre. Yeah, mate, you're going to have to London Marathon it.
Wowee. That's stressful, really.
Yeah.
How much is a Fab Ice Lolly? Can you quickly look up for me?
Fab Ice Lollies?
Yeah. We'll get on with the podcast in a bit.
You are looking at a map, 90 calories. You'd have to run 3 kilometres to burn that thing off.
Mate, I've had like 14 Fabs this week.
Okay, so you're basically going to have to run the whole of Norfolk twice.
The coastal Norfolk walk is what I'll do. Wowee. So there we are. So stay healthy, basically. But it's okay to have a bad week. Just make sure the next week's slightly better. No. Okay. Right, well, let's move on. We're not going to talk about the signs and symptoms because you're bored of hearing that. You know what they are. We've talked about Fabs and my eating habits. So let's swiftly move on. We're going to talk about lockdown rules. Let's do something fun. Let's go straight into I Must Ask You a Question. We're throwing everything out the window this week. Okay. Right. Are we ready for I Must Ask You a Question? Charlie, are you mentally prepared?
Yes. Oh, it's the game show. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm paying attention. I'm here. I'm with you.
Wonderful. Okay, Charlie, I've got 3 wonderful items in front of me. Now, are you a fan of the electronics company Apple?
Yeah. Kinda. I mean, I don't like buying their stuff, but I do know a bit about them from my time in CES.
Let's hope you know that the keyboard, because there are 10 keys on an Apple keyboard with a unique word on them. What? Can you name those 10 unique words?
What?
There are 10 unique words on an Apple keyboard. So I'm going to give you the first one, escape or esc. That's a unique key.
On the Apple-only keyboard?
On Apple keyboard.
That's also on a normal keyboard.
Is it, though?
How many are there?
10.
Oh, unique keys.
Hey, you're looking at a keyboard, just say a few.
I'm actually looking at control.
Wrong.
Okay, option.
Oh, no, control is one. Control is one, sorry.
Option?
Option is one, or alt.
Well, alt is what's on a Windows keyboard as well.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Just looking at my keyboard, hold on. Command?
Command, yes.
Oh man, this is difficult. 10 of them?
Yep.
And it's actual words, or is it the things you can do on them?
They're words, so they're 2 letters or more. One of them is an abbreviation. Well, 2 of them are abbreviations.
Function, FN.
FN, correct.
Caps.
Caps lock, yes.
Yeah. Page up, page down.
No.
Home.
No.
Scroll.
No.
Number lock.
No.
Pause. Break.
No.
Insert.
No.
Print screen.
No.
Delete.
No.
Oh mate, Apple keyboards suck.
What's the biggest keyboard? Well, the second biggest key on a keyboard.
The enter.
Correct. And what do you
back
do
of
when you
space.
remove something?
Back of space.
Yeah.
Delete.
Yeah.
Shift.
Yeah.
How many more is there?
One more, and it's command.
I thought I said that.
Did you? Oh, well. You got tab as well, actually. That was the other one.
Wow.
That was
hard.
horrible. There we go. If you're an Apple fan, get in contact, and we will tell you why you shouldn't buy Apple products. No, we don't actually think that fully. Do you own any Apple products? I don't.
No, you see, because they're overpriced, so I don't.
Indeed. Okay, next one. You might have done this one already. According to the Metro, in a recent poll, there are 9 condiments, not including salt and pepper, that are the nation's favourite. What are the 9 UK favourite condiments?
Vinegar.
Correct.
Tomato ketchup.
Yes.
Mayonnaise.
Yes.
Mustard.
Yes.
Salad cream.
Yes.
Salad dressing.
No.
9. So there's 4 more. You're not including salt or pepper, are you?
Nope.
Said mustard. Have I said mustard?
You have?
Marmite.
No.
Pickles.
Oh, pickle / chutney is on the same one, yes.
Okay. 3 more.
Okay, so there's one which is
Barbecue.
very strong. No. Oh, there's a brown one.
Brown sauce.
Yeah, that'll do. I would have taken HP.
Yeah.
Do you know what HP stands for?
Hire purchase agreement.
No, HP stands for Houses of Parliament.
Does it?
Houses of Parliament sauce. HP sauce has a picture of Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament.
There you go. Got 2 more to get.
Yep, one is a bit fishy.
Bit fishy.
Well, you have it with fish. It's got chickpeas in it, I think.
What? I've got it in my fridge, I think.
Yep, probably have. Okay, so I'll give you another clue. It's a Bakewell.
Tart.
Oh, and so you got that word?
Bakewell tart. Tartar sauce.
Yeah, tartar sauce. There you go.
No, I don't have that in my fridge.
And the last one, I'm going to give you an impression.
Blue.
No. Come on, what animal was that?
That was a horse.
And it's
Heinz and Perrin sauce.
no, it's horse.
Manure.
Radish.
Oh.
Good grief alive. Okay, last one. According to the International Rugby Board, there are 10 basic positions in rugby. Can you name any of them? Come on, 10 rugby positions.
Rugby, so where people actually have, like in football positions, you've got rugby positions.
Correct.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It is. Come on.
Frontman?
No, I'm afraid not.
Midfielder?
No, I'm afraid not.
Trying to, what's that thing they do? Scrum half?
Yeah, scrum half. Smashed it. Well done.
I've got 1. How many is there?
10.
Oh my god. I'm trying to remember my days back when I used to play rugby.
Come on, you even played it.
A wing something.
Yes, I'll take wing back. I'll take wing. Okay, I'll give you a clue.
Give me a clue.
What do birds do?
A fly. Fly.
Yep, fly half. Well done.
Give me another clue.
At the end of a fishing line, you have
hooker.
Yep. If you were to lean on me, you would be something against me. Or something up against me.
No idea.
Okay, in amateur dramatics, you have an item to showcase in theatre. Have we got all the items for the play? Yes, well done. You've got standing in the middle of the pitch. Where are you?
You're in the second half, fly half.
Centre. You
Centre,
almost
second
said
row.
it. You almost said it. Okay, in potentially army terms, you'd say you've got just something round the wides or something round to the left or the right. go round the building.
You got a flank.
Yes, flanker. And when you leave your house, you do what to your door?
You lock.
Correct. You've also got a number 8 and a fullback. That's it. That was a difficult one.
Mate, that was impossible.
Yeah, come on, Mr. Rugby.
To be fair, though, I'm quite impressed I got some of those on your little clues.
Yeah, I quite like giving clues, actually. I feel like I enjoy this game more than anyone else. But there we are. That was I Moustache You a Question. I'm not going to lie, I might have to shave my moustache off, but the weather's getting to me.
I have to shave my beard off, mate. I look like Hagrid when he's been pulled through a bush backwards.
Hagrid looks better. Hagrid had a motorbike as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of male, I don't know, hairdressing, they're opening soon. You can pre-book some places. Hooray!
Yay.
I've put myself on a waiting list to be pre-booked.
Do you have to pre-book?
Mate, I've got a certain barber, you know. He knows the way I like my eyebrows done.
Sorry, I'm now searching on my local barbers. I didn't realise.
Yeah, you got pre-booked, mate. There's a long waiting list.
No.
My wedding's in November. If I get one by then, I'll be happy.
Oh no, I didn't realise you had to pre-book. Oh, I'm so
It's
upset.
a DIY situation.
I've been
mate.
waiting.
It's a DIY,
I mean,
otherwise.
if you viewers could see what I look like, I literally look like I've been locked up underground for years.
I've just sent you a picture on Teams as well.
Oh, my barber's actually has a book now button as well. Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
it's dangerous day. So we would advise, whether male or female, get yourself a haircut. You need it, okay? Pre-book yourself one. Feel fresh. Get that new fade you've wanted to look hippity-hop. As the guys say, looking groovy. That is what you need to accomplish. So yes, barbers are going to be opening from the 1st to 4th of July on a pre-booking basis. You will not be able to probably walk in off the street, A, because they're going to be too busy, and B, I don't think they're going to accept people, really. I think you need to pre-book with name, date, and how long you've been isolating for. I believe if you're shielding, if there's anyone listening, that services are open almost already for hairdressing in your own home. I know 1 or 2 people are doing this. Just don't be confused with grooming services, because you will have a vet or someone similar coming around and be, what dog breeds do you have? And it's like, no, it's not a dog breed, it's me you're grooming. I need a short back and sides. And they will just buzz you with clippers. So make sure you look into what you're doing.
There you go, booked myself in. Wasn't too bad.
Have you actually?
Yeah. Okay, there was a tiny waiting list, but nothing too major.
When's your appointment?
1st of July. Oh no, not 1st of July. That's wrong. Monday the 6th of July.
Oh, gosh. There we go. Mine's on the 5th, I think.
Thanks for warning me. I literally just walked in and it looked like a massive numpty.
Yeah. Hagrid, get lost! Hogwarts up north, mate!
Yeah, Rupert, you're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah. Rupert, you're a wizard, Harry. That's my favourite quote of the day. We'll do quotes another time. Okay. Charlie.
Yep.
Do you know what happened in Dorset this week?
It was sunny.
Correct. Do you know what happened on Bournemouth Beach?
It was sunny.
Maybe. Oh, man, we're going to have to change this up. Bournemouth Beach had a major incident, and it wasn't sunny.
Did they have a tsunami warning?
They had a splash warning.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not as bad as tsunamis.
No. So on Bournemouth Beach, they had, around 500,000 people attend their beach.
What? On Dorset Beach?
Bournemouth, to be precise. Well, Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, I think. Have a little look at the images, Charlie, and tell me how shocking you think they are. And tell me if you think the 2-metre distancing is in place.
Just have a look at the average age of people in Bournemouth near the beach.
500,000 people turned up while you're looking to Bournemouth Beach, and it was chaos. Police couldn't really get involved. You seeing them? What does it look like, Charlie? Describe for us.
It doesn't look like there's a floor.
It was a sea of people, if you'll pardon the pun.
That's
unbelievable amounts of people tuned in, got into the sea,
Here
got
it
out
is.
of the sea.
Major incident declared in Bournemouth. Please stay away with 500,000 visitors in Dorset. Roads are gridlocked, hindering emergency vehicles and beaches are full. With dispersal orders on both piers, I've asked policemen to dispatch additional police at Dorset requests, and that's the MP. So police had to intervene and disperse crowds. That is
they
silly.
didn't intervene on an aggravated level.
No.
They were just there to steer people away and say, this beach is full, please move along to a different one. They weren't going to pack people off or anything like that. Apparently over 600 parking tickets were filled out in violations. There were some incidences as well, some badly behaved people, sort of bit of aggravation from individuals who were attending the beach, and apparently including all the rubbish that was on the seafront beaches and town centres over that period of time. 40 tonnes of rubbish was collected. 40 tonnes of rubbish was collected across the beaches, town centres and things like that. I don't know the actual time frame, but I'd imagine it's still ridiculously higher than normal.
Yeah, councillor leader Vicky Slade said, the irresponsible behaviour and actions of so many people is just shocking, and our services are stretched to the absolute hilt trying to keep everyone safe. We've had no choice now but to declare this a major incident and initiate an emergency response.
Indeed, people were not social distancing. Many interviews were
You've even got the chief medical officer, Professor Chris Whitty, saying that he tweeted in response to the beach scenes that COVID-19 will rise again because of instances like this, and he's not wrong. Although the government is being very relaxed, 1 metre distance rule, non-essential shops opening, parks reopening, all that stuff, there's still an expectation on us as individuals to be responsible during this pandemic, and it's very easy for one person to say, but that person's not doing it. It's not about what other people are doing, it's about what you're doing.
Indeed. The 1 metre distancing rule hasn't even come into place yet.
Hasn't it? When's it come into place?
I think I've got it on the podcast. Let me just find the correct piece of information. I think it might be the 4th of July. He says, please let me be right. I can't open it. This is going really well so far. Well done, Rupert. 4th of July. It is. I'm correct. Never doubt me.
So those people on that beach aren't even following the distancing rule.
Indeed. So it's different in England, Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland.
Yep.
How many people... Let's go through the rules and guidance on meeting up. So how many people can meet up in England, Charlie?
Outside, 6 max.
Correct. No limit from the 4th of July, potentially, as long as it's only 2 households.
Yep.
So there's no limit if there's 2 households identified basically for families to meet up. If you've got a lot of kids, or you want to see your grandparents, or if 2 big groups of friends want to meet up from 2 households only, so you can meet up. But otherwise, 2 households only. And it's not really for you to go into big parties and things like that. It's a 2 metre distance, and it's a minimum of 1 metre, but there's an asterisk next to that saying plus. So please keep as far away as possible. Staying at home is the safest thing to do. You can obviously go anywhere, and you're not time restricted, of course, like we used to be with one sort of trip out a day.
I mean, the way you need to look at social distancing is the same way you need to look at something like, I don't know, a piece of glass. Or it's the recommendation by the government is 2 metres. Now that's them saying that if you're in a position where you have to be near somebody, the minimum distance you can be near them is 2 metres. What that doesn't mean is that people can't then go look at that and go, I'm going to stand 2 metres near them. If you're in a position where you can stand further away and still interact, it's better to do that, because ultimately the further away you are, the safer you are.
Yeah, quite agree. The further away you are from people, the less chance you have of catching it. All of these people at Bournemouth Beach could have been asymptomatic. A negative thought, apologies, but people probably would have caught it. Yep. Unfortunately, yesterday.
It takes one person to have COVID-19 in that beach, and be there for an hour near the same person for them to have passed it on. So it's just silly. I mean, you've got 500,000 people there. I don't know what the stats are, but there's got to be a high chance that there's some kind of spread there. Especially if they travelled in from different parts of the country.
Quite right. People are travelling very, very far.
And just remember, the zoos have reopened, and it's safer for you to interact with a monkey than it is a human at this moment in time.
Indeed. Sea life centres are opening and things like that. We're skipping on through the podcast script, but I believe Pleasurewood Hills. There's some Norfolk news for you. Is PPE'd and shielded up, and they're looking to open ASAP. I've never been to Pleasurewood Hills. Charlie, can you describe it?
Nope, because I've never been either.
Well, let us have a trip. Let's not have a trip.
No, I'm not going anywhere near a theme park at this period of time.
No, quite. But there we go. Pleasurewood Hills is opening up. What a joy. Charlie, can we meet indoors yet?
If households can't, but if you can create something called social bubbles, where if you are a single person suffering from isolation and loneliness, you are in a position where you can join another household, but only a single person to single person.
Indeed, you are able to do that, but otherwise indoors is not allowed. 2 households, really, from the 4th of July will probably be instigated as well. Not 3, not 4. You can't just pick and choose your households, but 2 households you are allowed to enter, which is wonderful. Go in, sit down, have a cup of tea. Still a bit ominous about it, but I just won't jump into random people's houses, I suppose.
Well, that's called breaking and entering, anyways. Don't do that either.
Indeed, yeah, it's okay. The window is open.
Yeah.
I
took their scream as a sign of permission.
It was an acknowledging shake.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. Other local news. Do you know what's happened in Norwich to, I think I'm pronouncing this correctly, Into Chapelfield?
Oh yeah. So the Into company are in a position where they're potentially facing not liquidation, facing bankruptcy or something, because they're just not making the money. So Into Chapelfield is in a position where it's potentially going to be closed or sold off.
Indeed, they have lost revenue, they have lost funds, and they have now gone to formal administration. Now, jargon bust for me, Charlie. Do you know what administration is?
Isn't that when professionals enter the business and look over the assets? And then it's the first stage of bankruptcy, isn't it?
You've smashed it with the first one. A professionally licensed man or team come in and they will sort of go in and leverage the assets to balance books and repay what they owe, basically. You've absolutely smashed out of the park, mate. So administration is where someone independent comes in and looks at their assets and say, we're going to sell some of these to save your company. Like it or lump it.
I learnt that from Can't Pay, Take It Away.
Wowee. There we go. Daytime television has never been so informative.
My 11 weeks was very educational.
Oh, wowee. Those Homes Under the Hammer and all these things.
No, just Can't Pay, Take It Away. I mean, watching repossession men and high court informants going into people's houses and taking their stuff and just destroying businesses. Whee.
I love it. I love it. Have we got any other local news? Oh, Charlie, there's been some swimming violations near the Kings Lynn area.
Oh, yeah.
In the neck of the woods. So Tell us what's been going on.
So this isn't a new thing, okay? So Ballsy Lake or Ballsy River, whatever it's called, it's Ballsy, okay? It's B-O-S-E.
That's its name, just to clarify.
It's on the road heading into Kings Lynn, the Ballsy Lakes. It's a historic issue with swimmers. Now, Ballsy Lakes is closed to swimming, full stop, okay, because there's been so many instances over the years of people drowning. I mean, if you Google Ballsy Lakes, Kings Lynn, then the news reports of children drowning, adults drowning, instances where teenagers drowning, so another teenager tries to save him and drowns with the other teenager. But because leisure centres aren't open, people in masses have taken to cycling up a main road, and this is a main road with no paths to get to Ballsy Lake, and they're spending the whole day there. Now the news is reporting that it's just teenagers. It is not just teenagers. I mean, it looks like a scene from Greece. I mean, like cars pulled up, people sitting on their bonnets. Just proper job stuff, you know. But it's ridiculous. You shouldn't be going there anyway because of the drowning risk. But you definitely shouldn't be going there at the moment because of the COVID risk.
Indeed, we don't want another Bournemouth beach incident.
Oh, you won't get that down there. Don't worry.
Good.
You'll get you'll get another Ballsy Lake incident. Oh, there we go. Ballsy Pits. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Okay. We're moving quickly on from these names there, and this.
Is it Ballsy Pits or Ballsy Lake? Ballsy Country Park, but we call it the Ballsy Pits.
We're moving on. I can't contain. I do feel sorry for swimmers, because imagine if that's your one form of exercise and you now can't have it. It is frustrating. There's a whole community of swimmers who unfortunately can't have their normal outlet, which is rubbish, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can play tennis in places, potentially in badminton. You know, you can go and play a bit of football. There's a multitude of sports.
The issue you've got with swimming is swimming is similar to to things like AC. Like, you're not allowed to put AC systems on in offices at the moment because it causes a current which can spread a disease. It's similar to the water because I'm guessing it's because they don't know if chlorine can kill the disease or not. They don't want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit.
Correct. They're not sure what chemical balance to put in. They're not sure about locker rooms. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bareness of bodies in swimming pools. So
plus, we know people out there peeing pools.
Indeed, that is an issue.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
If it's not Ballsy Pits, it's peeing in pools.
Wow, well, that rhymed as well.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Charlie, cinemas are going to open soon. Yep. We're not sure when, but they're not going to be able to screen new movies. They're going to screen old movies, classics, the good stuff. What films would you want to watch if you went to the cinema?
I'm Googling my local cinema to see what they're going to be showing, to see if it's even worth me looking at them.
Well, what would you want to see? I want to see Gladiator back at the cinema.
I'd want to see a new film. That's what I want to see.
No, so new films aren't going to be released straight away.
Well, the cinema that I wanted to go to, Lynn Majestic, its website isn't working, so that's really worrying. I wonder if that's gone. Well, let's try somewhere else. One of the bigger cinemas.
Odeon, I'd look at. They're going to screen some old ones. They're going to screen some old Disney. They're going to screen Dancing in the Rain and Grease, things like that.
Odeon.
It's
Odeon, is it? Odeon.
Yep.
Norwich. Let's have a look.
I want to see Batman films. I want to see Gladiator, and I want to see all the Indiana Joneses back in the cinema.
Let's have a look. Okay, we're delighted to announce that Odeon will be reopening its doors on 4th of July, and you can book tickets now. We've made a lot of changes to create a new, safer cinema experience for you, and we look forward to welcoming you back. Let's have a look and see what they're offering. Well, you've got 1917. That's meant to be a good film.
Very good.
I can watch that on Sky, though. It's free of charge, so I probably won't, but thank you. A Star is Born. I can watch that on Sky, so I probably won't.
Okay.
Oh, Bad Boys for Life. That is definitely on Sky.
Hey, there you go.
On Sky. Batman Begins. I've got that on DVD.
Yes.
If not, I'll just go down to Poundland or down to CX and get it 50p. What else we got? Oh,
Christopher Nolan sort of twitches at that thought.
Blackwater Abyss. That looks really good. I'll see if CX has got it in their budget DVDs. Bloodshot. That is really old. Oh,
indeed.
Man. I am not paying prices to go to cinema.
Well, I think it's an interesting thing. It's to get people through the doors who potentially might not go to the cinema regularly to see brand new films.
But Dark Waters is meant to be a good film. That's the one about. Is that the one about the unexplained deaths in the town?
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, it is. That's meant to be a really good film. That's just come out. I'd recommend that as a good watch. Dunkirk. That's a good film. Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. Yeah. Inception. Don't bother. Interstellar's all right. Jojo Rabbit, I highly recommend going to watch Jojo Rabbit if you're out there. That is an incredible film.
Maybe we should do a film critique review, like up against the wall, giving your opinions about the films. Maybe we should do that.
I'm just going through the list. Jumanji Next Level, that is a good film. I love Kevin Hart, so that's good. Just Mercy, that's actually pretty good. Knives Out, I haven't seen that, so I don't know. La La Land, well, that's a singing one. I don't really like that kind of stuff. Ignore that. Little Women, depends how little they are, really. Military Wives, Misbehaviour, don't know what that is. They've got a lot of films in there.
Yeah, I have. Let's
My
stop
Spy,
that
that's
list
really
right
old.
now.
They've got loads.
Let's just
Onwards,
refocus.
recommend that. That's a good film. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, well, stop there. Stop there. You can do your film critiques another week.
Fine.
Yeah, so cinemas are opening. Woo!
Odeon's got like 700 films to show.
Indeed. Other cinemas are also available.
Oh, bless me.
Wow, that was emotional. Okay.
And if you're bored, go to Ballsy Pit.
I can't go. Okay. Charlie.
Yeah.
Premier League.
That's football, isn't it?
Liverpool have won and are crowned Premier League champions. Hooray, but can you tell me how much money they will have made this season, including their merit payments for winning the title? Give me a guess. It's in the millions.
Well, the fact you're saying the millions means I was going to get it wrong because I was not guessing that high. I don't know, 3 million? 3.5, 4 million?
Do you think that Liverpool have got £3 to £4 million for winning the Premier League?
Is that too low?
Okay, so if I just briefly tell you that Liverpool's arrivals, they had a really small transfer in players on price. They spent £9.3 million in the transfer season, and they received £3.7 million in transfers from selling players.
Okay, so what? 30 million? 35 million?
35 million is closer to how much money they would have received just for a merited payment. Manchester City, who won the season last, earned £38 million, roughly, just for being first.
Okay, so Liverpool got more than that?
Liverpool will receive more than that. Manchester
70?
City...
80 million?
So they will get a facilities fee, a merits fee, a commercial fee, a broadcasting fee, an international broadcasting fee, revenue on a multitude of bases, which last year would have been worth, between 150, 160 million pounds, and Liverpool will obviously receive more than that due to the brand new 3-year contracts, TV rights deals, and more. So they will receive over, I'm guessing, 160 million pounds just for being crowned champions of the Premier League.
Oh, good on them.
£160 worth of cash. What would you do if you were given £160 for kicking the ball around?
I would cause the Tillists at Poundland to have a seizure.
What would you order in Poundland for 160 quid?
I'd just buy everything.
I'd order Tic Tacs.
I'd go for the McDonald's drive-thru where there's already a massive queue and ask for 160 million 99p cheeseburgers.
I don't think they'd have that amount of burgers.
I'd want them to make them. I'd make a point.
Wow. Wowee. So, yeah, that is Liverpool's items. That is amazing. Well done, Liverpool. It's very, very good. Let's talk about something a little bit more serious, shall we?
Okay.
Apparently, 300 people will be having the brand new testing vaccine over the coming weeks as part of a trial-led process at the Imperial College London. Loads of people signed up to be volunteers, but they've chosen 300 people. So vaccine testing is now officially in place. Hooray!
I thought that was already happening, human testing.
It was, but they think they've, got a brand new batch now. We'll update. They've got a new batch and it works. So that's good.
Well, it doesn't work yet because it's still in the human testing phase.
Indeed, that is true. But there are now just over 1,000 new cases a day on average, which that compares to an estimated 100,000 at the peak end of March, which is good. So we're looking in a much better R rate.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the vaccine does better than track and trace, we should be fine.
Indeed. I haven't got any updates on track and trace because I don't think it's got anywhere new, to be honest.
From what I could gather online when I was listening to the radio, they were saying something like the government is now trying to work with Android and Apple, who already have pre-existing track and trace based systems in place, to see how we can utilise it in the UK.
They've got location databases, haven't they? That's where they're going from. They're going to try and instigate it with their apps. You can check in and check out, so it looks good instead of just them tracking where you go.
Yep.
But it's, for the greater good.
Yep. And to be fair, such a large proportion of our country already get tracked by Facebook and all of that stuff. Where you guys using Snapchat and you're on that little map, you're already signing up to that kind of thing anyway. So if anybody jumps on that, I don't want to give my details of that bandwagon, you probably already are. You need to be checking your phone settings and your social media settings.
I've just got a Google Mini or a Google Home. Now the government can listen to my music taste and what I say in my own kitchen. How wonderful. I'll get a Roomba and then they can map out my floor of my kitchen as well.
It depends on the Roomba. The Roomba 530 and lower don't have smart capabilities.
Yes, getting dinosaur technology Roombas. Yeah. Well, there we go.
You want to then you can get a smart lawnmower for your back garden that is just concrete.
Wonderful. And then they can track my whole house. Yeah. A Roomba for every floor. Indeed. Do you know what Donald Trump was misquoted this week by saying?
I'm glad you said this week. I don't know. What's he done this time?
He said he was misquoted, taken out of context horrendously, but it was rather hysterical. The reason we're getting so many positive COVID tests is because we're testing so many people. The answer, stop testing people.
Well, actually, he's not wrong.
Be correct. Yeah. Otherwise, absolutely horrendous analogy.
I like that. I'm on his side 100%.
The reason why we're getting so many positive tests is because we're testing so many people. So the answer is just stop testing the public.
The question you got asked is though, what question was he answering? Because he could have been like a member of the press. I mean, I haven't done any research on this, so I'm probably not writing this at all. For all we know, the press could have said something like, why is there so many new cases? And he could just be saying, because we're doing more tests, we're finding more positive cases.
Indeed. But he obviously had to follow it up with a sarcastic comment of, we're going to stop testing people.
Yeah.
That was an awful accent. I really apologise.
I thought you was Donald Trump there for a second.
Yeah, I know. I've got hair as well. There we go. What else have we got? Charlie, what other news have we got? What have we got? I've
been Googling some happy news.
Oh, we like happy news, like Pleasurewood Hills opening and COVID levels.
Let's have a look. Good News Network. Let's have a look at what's been going on in the area this week.
It's the end of the month of Pride Month this month as well.
Very good. It's nice to celebrate.
Indeed.
Very important to celebrate. Latest article: soap bubbles delivered via drones can pollinate crops if bees aren't available.
Wowee, pollinating crops with drones.
No one came to student's graduation, so teacher takes him out to dinner and buys him a car.
That's terrible. What? That's not PC.
I wish my mum didn't come to my graduation now.
Wowee. Family matters is what we're saying.
Trying to find something that would all understand. A senior home in Brazil creates a hug tunnel so visitors can embrace their loved ones still.
Oh, I saw that. They got a covered area, and they've got big sheets of see-through sort of tarpauling with armholes, with obviously an extension of gloves, where you could hug your elderly relatives.
A teen has developed a wristband that could curb the infection as it warns users against touching their face.
Interesting. Would it also stop you from drinking?
No, probably.
Well, surely as you...
I'm guessing as it elevates, it makes a noise.
Well, that's what I mean. So when you lift your coffee mug to your face, beep, 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 beep.
Engineers have developed a way to convert harmful CO2 emissions into chemical building blocks of fuel. That's pretty handy. That's not important to me.
Well, that and pubs and restaurants are going to be opening outside activities, which I cannot wait for.
A extinct Harlequin toad has been rediscovered. Such survivors are bringing hope. So that's pretty good. What was once classed as extinct is still alive.
There you go. Charlie, what happens to the frog who broke down?
He had to limp home.
No, he got towed away.
Cool, man.
Right, there we go. Father joke of the day. Okay, well, I think we've gone on quite a while there. Have you got any last ones to round us up, Charlie?
Just looking now, anything interesting? Someone has developed a colour-changing inks that can be printed onto clothing to warn the wearer about any potential health issues they might have.
There you go.
That'd scare the crap out of me a little bit, I think. If I'm sitting there, I look down, it goes green to warn for something really deadly.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Well, if you finished with your news, do you want to tell us about some exciting summer plans that the YMCA have?
Yeah, so guys, from August the 10th for 5 days, so Monday to Friday, Monday being the first day, Friday being the last day, we are hosting something called the YMCA Summer Festival, or the Fest in the West. This is entirely online, so don't panic, don't think you have to turn up. It is going to be known as a activity, educational and activism based festival, hosting some of the best collection of inspirational things that we can pull together in Norfolk and the surrounding area for you guys to use. The tickets are available. Go to our Instagram, YMCA_youth. The poster for the flyer for the event is on there, including the Eventbrite page. Go to the Eventbrite, book your ticket. If you pre-book your ticket early, you will receive a resource pack. In that resource pack will be loads of little things, little keepsakes, as well as things you can use during the activities, so you can make the activities more fun. Okay, we're limited to 2,000 tickets. Don't panic too much about where the festival is. On about a week before the festival's due to go live, you will be given the details for login, and then 24 hours before the festival goes live, we will send out the password that you use to enter the page. This is going to be a very unique festival. There's going to be guest speakers from Black Lives Matter, the LGBT team, from Matthew Project around drugs and alcohol, and Matters team around mental health. There's going to be stalls for morning and evening yoga. There's going to be online musicians. There's going to be comedy workshops. There's going to be poetry writing and lyric writing workshops. There's going to be circus skills workshops. There's going to be crafts where you can make your own circus equipment, and we will supply you the resources for that. If you guys are interested, pay attention to our social media. Facebook, hashtag YMCA Norfolk Youth. Instagram, YMCA_youth. Join us on Twitch and ask us about the festival. Twitch.tv/YMCA Norfolk Youth. Or, if you're still unsure, go to www.ymcanorfolkyouthsuite.org. All the information will be on there as well. And if not, jump onto our stream every Friday for the Friday Feelings, and in the chat box go, "Hey guys, how do you get to the festival?" And we will tell you.
Wow, that was a monologue. It's nice to know you read the script every now and again.
Yeah. Script.
Brilliant. Well, there we go. Join us, get involved. I'm actually really looking forward to it, and the closer we get, the more work I realise needs to be done, but the more excited I get as well. I can't wait, as the famous say. Well, I don't think we've got time for my last game, so I think I'll save it for next week. So I'll tell you next week that we're going to play Is This a Real BuzzFeed Quiz or Not? So there's one on there, which I'm going to give you two. You've got to tell me which is the fake one, Charlie. I'll give you a little demo. So there's two quizzes. One of them is, what type of broccoli determines what pizza you are? Or, is my boyfriend a real person or a raccoon?
The second one's the real one.
You are correct. Boyfriend or raccoon. Well done indeed. Okay, we've got another one. Which pizza crust determines how angry I get? Or what colour mug determines what colour eyes my children will have?
Ooh, the first one.
Correct! You've got it both times. Indeed. If you want to know if your boyfriend's a raccoon or a real person, or what pizza crust determines how angry you get, or what you do when you're angry, I can't remember, tune in next week. Keep us in touch with our social media outlets, and we will be in touch next week to tell you how our sweaty weekends have been. That's all from me, and that's all from Charlie. We hope you enjoyed the Friday Feelings podcast. I am dripping with sweat, I'm not going to lie.
Yep, me too. I'm looking forward. Guys, just a quick one. It's only now just turning 7 o'clock, so we will be on the Twitch stream for 1 hour, sailing the 7 seas or playing Rocket League. So, if you want to join in, it is twitch.tv/YMCA Norfolk Youth, or if you want to join in the actual game, go to your Xbox and add us, the YMCA Youth, all one word. If you don't have any Xbox Live, drop us a message on the Twitch. We will pop up on a private message and we'll send you a 1-month code completely free of charge. Get involved.
Woo. Well, have a good weekend, guys.
See you later, boy.
You have been listening to the Friday Podcast with the host with the most. From the countrysides of Norfolk, where the cows and pigs reign supreme, Charlie Wall and Rupert Appleton.